Hi friends, it's Danielle with Take Care Mama, and today we are doing another ADHD video. We are discussing IEPs and 504s. This is another collaboration with my dear friend Tanya from Project Happy Home. We both have eldest sons with ADHD. Be sure to check out her video below, which is linked in the description box. If your child has ADHD or you suspect they do and they are having issues in school, whether academically, emotionally, behaviorally, and you think those issues stem through something like ADHD, your son or daughter might qualify for extra services from the school district. And that usually comes in the form of an IEP, Independent Education Plan, which is what we are on, or a 504. Now, I am not an expert on this area, though, as I said, we do have an experience with an IEP. I'm going to leave a link below that kind of graphs and charts the similarities and differences between these two plans, let's call them. As I understand it, an IEP is a more formal legal document that is enforceable. It's pretty strict in the objectives and what we're trying to do and how we're going to help. As I understand it, a 504 is a little more flexible and objective based. There aren't as many requirements and therefore might be easier to qualify for. If you disagree with me, I would love your input in the comments below. I know people who are very happy on both IEPs and 504s. And in my opinion, I don't know how much it matters which one you end up qualifying for. As long as your kid is getting the help that they need, I'm not sure it matters whether you have an IEP or a 504. I think the outcomes can oftentimes be exactly the same. I think I'd just like to use the rest of this video to talk about my personal experience and to hopefully give some hope that an IEP or 504 for your child can provide a lot of relief. I want to be careful not to talk in hyperbole, but I feel like our family's life changed instantly when we qualified for an IEP. With that said, the act of qualifying for an IEP was a lot of work. I advocated like hell to get him on this program. We were getting calls from preschools and daycares almost daily complaining about our son, complaining about his behavior, being kicked out of daycares, asking me to leave work to pick him up for the day. That happened 3 days a week some weeks. And something had to change because no one could live like that. I couldn't as a working mom. The poor kid was getting in trouble all the time. And so I went full throttle advocating to get him special help. And it was not easy. It was hours and hours of paperwork, interviews, appointments, observations, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. However, once he did qualify for these extra services, we all took a collective sigh of relief. Everything got just a little bit easier. I think that 99.9% of teachers and caregivers want the best for all of the children that they care for. But when there is a formal document that lists your child's disabilities and things that might help them, things to avoid that might turn them into a spiral of behavior, there is just freedom in having that document. The teacher has something formal to follow when it comes to your son or daughter, and extra services are offered to your son or daughter that will both mitigate problems and help them flourish. We all want our kids to flourish, especially in the education system. So like I said, the process was intense. There were first meetings to even see if the district would go further in more evaluation. So there was like an initial evaluation basically saying, do we need a formal evaluation? So the answer to that was yes. And then it was just those appointments and interviews, and I don't want to repeat myself. And then we got this IEP, and even keeping it up is work. You have, I think, 1 or 2 meetings every year. What I really love about the IEP though is the parents are really involved. So every year my husband and I go in and sit with James's teacher, with his special ed teacher, with other special ed people, and we go through the formal document and we talk about what's working and what's not working, if there's anything to add. It's very collaborative, and I think whether you go the 504 route or the IEP route, collaboration with the teachers is so important. Hi! Examples of things in our IEP is he gets extra time for taking a test. He gets extra reading help. I think those two are the academic things. Most of his things are more geared toward calming techniques and mitigating behavior. So he gets special things like sensory breaks. If he is having a hard time, he can go to another classroom, or if he did a really good job, he can earn breaks, and those sensory breaks are really helpful for him. He has special fidgets he can use. There is special seating available for him. It's basically giving the educators a toolbox and a document of James and his personality, and then the toolbox of things that we have found through trial and error to be really helpful for him. And then there are objectives to meet every year, and they are very measurable. And we get together and we decide, like, did he meet those objectives and what can we do to improve? And it's been, like I said, just life-changing to have, it sounds so stupid, but the formality of it and the collaboration with the school district and with the teachers and the extra services that he has gotten because of his IEP have been so helpful. He is doing really well. He is 8 and in 2nd grade. There's just a few more weeks of school. We got on the IEP when he was 5, so it's been about 3 years. And, you know, obviously as he grows, he matures a little bit, but beyond a doubt, the IEP has helped James and helped our family, and I am forever grateful. I'm nursing the baby. I am forever grateful for what we have received through this. Hi. In closing, I just encourage you, if you think you need help, to try to get it. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be offered to you on a platter. You're going to have to do some digging. You're going to have to talk to, I would start with the teacher, the principal, the school board. And with that said, once you go through the hoops and fill out the paperwork and receive the help that I'm sure you deserve, things are going to be easier. There's still advocating. There is every day. Once you get on that 504 or the IEP, I am so confident that you are going to feel so light. And I wish that for every mom of a child with ADHD and dad. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them in the comments below. Be sure to check out Tanya's video. Have a wonderful day and take care. Bye, guys. No. She just poured water into my coffee. Why did you do that? No.